The girl Ji-hyun comes from a poor family and takes this job to make money. But on her first day, she makes a big mistake. As a shopping mall greeter, she mistakes a VIP for a regular customer. The car that had driven past suddenly reverses back. The rich heir inside makes a rude hand gesture. The girl quickly runs over to him. She kneels on one knee. "How may I help you, sir?" Suho snaps. "Can't you see my license plate?" The girl checks the plate in panic. Now she realizes he's a VIP customer. She gave him the wrong directions earlier. The girl apologizes immediately. "I'm so sorry. VIP customers should go that way." But Suho keeps complaining. He says she didn't use the proper greeting gesture, which means she disrespected him. The girl pauses for a second, then puts on a big smile. She does the full greeting routine to welcome him. "Enjoy your shopping." Suho yells, "Enjoy my foot." As his car drives away, her coworker causes more trouble. The coworker mutters, "What a crazy guy," then realizes her microphone was still on. Suho clearly hears the insult. He storms out of the car angrily. He thinks Ji-hyun was the one who insulted him. Her coworker tries to explain, but Suho pushes her to the ground. Seeing her coworker hurt, Ji-hyun argues with the unreasonable rich kid. "When someone falls, you should ask if they're okay. Isn't that basic human decency?" This makes Suho even angrier. He kicks a nearby roadblock away. The manager rushes over at the noise. He immediately scolds Ji-hyun, demanding she apologize right away. Turns out Suho isn't just any VIP. He's Chairman Cheon's second son, Suho. If this isn't handled properly, everyone here, including the manager, might lose their jobs. Not wanting her co-workers to suffer, Ji-hyun apologizes. But the spoiled young master isn't satisfied. Ji-hyun asks, "What else do you want me to do? Should I kneel?" The manager suggests, "Let's end this with Ji-hyun kneeling." Okay. Following the manager's lead, Ji-hyun actually kneels before Suho, begging forgiveness. Seeing her on her knees, even Suho feels he went too far this time. He mumbles something and leaves. Actually, he's not usually this unreasonable, but his family recently arranged a marriage with chaebol heiress Eun Chaya, whom he dislikes. He takes out his frustration on the staff. But this isn't the end. Someone films Ji-hyun kneeling. It goes viral online immediately. The bad press makes the company stocks drop. Chairman Cheon is furious. He yells at Suho severely, asking if this is his rebellion against the arranged marriage. Suho doesn't dare respond, only promising his father he'll fix this. Later, Suho finds Ji-hyun. True to rich kid style, he offers her 10 million won to settle the matter. He thinks she kneeled on purpose to get money, that this was all a scheme. The girl's name is Ji-hyun. Though she's poor, she despises rich kids like him. She only knelt earlier to protect her co-workers. Ji-hyun says, "Do you think money solves everything? Not everyone is like you." Her words clearly anger Suho. Suddenly, Suho gets a terrible headache. Then he starts vomiting. Soon after, he collapses on the ground. Ji-hyun pats Suho and realizes he's not faking it. She quickly takes him to the hospital. When she tries to find his phone to call his family, she sees 10 million won in his pocket. She didn't take it when he offered earlier and won't steal it now. Remembering Suho's rude attitude before, Ji-hyun puts the money back in his pocket and prepares to leave. But she notices other patients eyeing the money greedily. Worried, she decides to stay, muttering, "What if someone takes it? I'm just keeping it safe so it won't get lost." When Suho wakes up, the doctor gives him devastating news. He has terminal brain cancer. He only has 6 months to live. Hearing this, Suho feels like he's been struck by lightning. As he leaves the hospital, he meets Ji-hyun coming to return his money. But Suho has no energy to argue with her now. Ji-hyun insists on giving the money back. "I need to work. I can't keep watching your money forever." Before she can take it out, Suho walks away back in his car. Suho finally drops his tough act. Overwhelming emotions flood his heart. Fear and loneliness take over. With no one to talk to, he curses life's unfairness. Why is someone just over 20 years old given a death sentence? Suho celebrates his fiancée's birthday. His secretary immediately presents a 100-carat diamond necklace for Eun Chaya, his arranged marriage partner. Suho fakes an "I love you" and puts the necklace on her. He only does this for the reporters taking photos. After they leave, he drops the act violently, smashing his wine glass, mocking. Our Chaya wants to stay for dinner. Chaya says, "Thanks for the birthday wishes. You jerk," then leaves. Ji-hyun and Eun Chaya share the same birthday, but their celebrations couldn't be more different. Ji-hyun is thrilled by Min-suk's simple gift when he suggests delaying their wedding for better finances. Kind-hearted Ji-hyun happily agrees. That night Chaya gets Suho's call excited. She goes to his house, but when she rings the bell, a drunk woman in red pajamas answers. Shocked, Chaya enters the place. Is a mess. Suho lies passed out drunk on the bed. The woman says, "He hasn't paid me yet today." Seeing this, Chaya understands everything. She glares at the drunk woman as Suho's fiancée. She feels deeply humiliated. Angry, she storms out to the pool. The woman notices Chaya's embarrassment and tries to explain. "You won't believe me, but nothing happened. He said he'd pay me if I dressed like this." She's telling the truth. After learning about his illness, Suho just wanted someone to drink with. The woman adds, "Your boyfriend might not want to marry you." This hits Chaya's weak spot. She attacks the woman with her purse. Suho never liked Chaya. Their marriage was arranged. Now even a lowly drinking companion mocks her. She won't tolerate it. The woman endures it quietly to get paid oon. Chaya still isn't satisfied. She takes out a stack of cash and throws it into the pool as an insult. "Pick these up. Aren't you here to make money?" After saying this, she angrily walks away. When she reaches the hallway, she notices blood stains on her bag. Without thinking much, she throws the bag into a nearby trash can. Inside, the woman in red quietly wipes her tears. Right now she can't worry about the humiliation she just faced. She staggers toward the pool, completely unaware of the danger ahead. She reaches into the pool to collect the money. Suddenly dizzy, she falls headfirst into the water. The woman in red is named Jiun. She used to be a sweet girl, though her family was poor. She shared bunk beds with her sister Ji-hyun. They would argue about who should turn off the alarm clock, but her sister always cared for her deeply, making her different breakfasts every morning. Unfortunately, their mother had a gambling addiction. She lost all their money and owed huge debts. Debt collectors kept coming to their house. The family barely survived on Ji-hyun's small salary. This time their mother tried to win back money. She stole 10 million won that Ji-hyun was keeping for Suho, but lost everything again. Now their house might be taken by debt collectors to help pay the debts. Student Jiun took a nightclub part-time job, but on her first night, she lost her life. When Suho wakes up, he finds the woman from last night floating in the pool. He shouts, "Hey, come with me." After calling twice, the woman doesn't move. Suho realizes something's wrong. He jumps in and pulls her out, but it's already too late. She's no longer breathing. "Hey, what's wrong?" Then Min-suk, the lawyer working for Suho's family, and his boss arrive. Min-suk looks and recognizes the dead woman as Ji-hyun's sister Jun. He stares at Cheon Suho in disbelief. But Suho is still confused from drinking last night. He doesn't understand how someone who was fine yesterday could suddenly die in his room. Ji-hyun rushes over when she hears the news. Seeing her sister's body, she collapses crying. Her heartbreaking sobs fill the room. She never imagined her beloved sister would leave her so suddenly. Watching Ji-hyun cry, Min-suk remembers finding his pen at the crime scene. The same pen Suho's fiancée Chaya took earlier. He suspects something, but says nothing. Soon police take Jiun's body away. Suho is taken for questioning, but as soon as he enters the police car they let him go, telling him he can leave. This shows his rich family's power. Someone has already fixed things. Chairman Cheon asks, "Did you really kill her?" Suho replies, "Does it matter if I did? You've already decided I did." As key witnesses, Min-suk and his boss meet Chairman Cheon. He asks their opinions. Finding his pen made Min-suk suspect Chaya might be involved. But when questioned, he says this instead. The victim girl has a head injury. Maybe Suho hit her after drinking. Then she accidentally fell into the pool and drowned after sobering up. Suho might not remember what he did. Hearing Min-suk's theory, Chairman Cheon takes out 2 checks. He tells them to solve this matter quickly. They can write any amount they want. Later Min-suk finds Suho's fiancée Chaya. He shows her a pen found at the crime scene. He asks if she was there that night, but Chaya denies everything. Min-suk tells Chaya he just wants to know what really happened. Chaya replies, "This thing, give it to Chairman Cheon or the police, I don't care, because this has nothing to do with me." Ji-hyun's sister, Jiun, dies unexpectedly. Her mom hides from debt collectors and disappears before the funeral worse. Ji-hyun can't even afford the burial costs. Her longtime boyfriend Min-suk sees all this, but chooses to leave. He goes back to Suho's fiancée Chaya. He tells her, "After the incident, I checked the security footage. You entered and left Suho's room that night." Then he shows her a USB drive. The original footage was deleted. This is the only copy left. Faced with evidence, Chaya admits she was at the crime scene. She also hit Ji-yoon's head. Now Min-suk fully understands. Ji-yoon died because of Chaya. Chaya desperately asks what to do. Min-suk says he'll handle it and leaves the USB with her soon after he finds Ji-hyun, but tells her. Ji-yoon was alone at the hotel that night. No one was with her. At the police station, when asked if anyone else came that night, Soo-ho remembers calling Chaya. He wanted to tell her he couldn't marry her. But he lies to the police, I don't remember. Later he confronts Chaya. After my call that night, did you come over? Chaya calmly lies. I wasn't there. I was with another man. Soo-ho, really? Chaya, do you think I come running whenever you call? Soo-ho has no reply. He's treated her badly. Before his secretary brings secretly gathered info on Ji-yoon's family, Soo-ho scolds him, but secretly unfolds the crumpled paper. Later, after the secretary leaves, he smooths out the page and sees a familiar face. Ji-yoon is Ji-hyun's sister. Next day, Ji-hyun hears from police. Your sister drunkenly killed herself. She refuses to believe this. Furious, she storms into the station. My sister wouldn't kill herself. How can you stop investigating? Police show Ji-yoon's phone. A draft message is called her suicide note. An unsent text reads, sorry, I'm leaving first. I love you. Ji-hyun, this isn't proof. Anyone could fake this. There's no timestamp. How can? She begs them to reopen the case. The officer just tells her to calm down. Then the police chief walks by. Ji-hyun feels like she's clutching at her last hope. She begs them not to stop investigating her sister's case. She even kneels before the police chief, but the chief coldly shakes her off. He leaves quickly with his team. This scene is seen by Soo-ho, who just arrived. He watches Ji-hyun collapse to the ground, crying. It reminds him of his childhood, the same despair he felt when his mother died. He wants to know the truth. Did he really cause Ji-yoon's death? With no other options, Ji-hyun goes to Min-suk. She asks him to help investigate her sister's death. She refuses to believe Ji-yoon killed herself. But Min-suk tells her Ji-yoon did commit suicide. He hands her a business card. Go see this person. They'll tell you the truth. Ji-hyun follows the address and meets Jack. Jack tells her, your sister worked for me for years in a special job. She came whenever your family needed money. He adds that she often said she wanted to end her life because of family pressure. Heartbroken, Ji-hyun returns to her sister's funeral. A staff member tells her a man just paid the burial expenses. Ji-hyun rushes outside, thinking it was Min-suk, but he's nowhere in sight. Hidden in the shadows, Soo-ho watches the grieving woman. He was the one who paid for the funeral. Ji-hyun calls Min-suk again. He ignores her call. Meanwhile, Min-suk, her boyfriend of years, uses the pool incident to cozy up to Chaya, a wealthy heiress, meeting her secretly at a hotel. He even boldly fills out a blank check from her father with a shocking amount, 10 billion won. Money and love. He gets both. Meanwhile, though, Chairman Cheon made sure June's death was ruled a suicide. Soo-ho still doesn't know if he's truly responsible. He keeps watching Ji-hyun from afar. Every time he sees her crying in agony, his guilt grows heavier. Knowing he doesn't have much time left, Soo-ho visits his mother's grave. Maybe it's the kindness buried deep inside him. He decides he must uncover the truth before he dies. So he hires a professional. Starting now, I'll recover the deleted surveillance footage. Begin. The footage is restored, but there's nothing useful. What Soo-ho doesn't know is that Min-suk planned this. Min-suk hinted, if someone tampered with the footage, couldn't it be recovered? Luckily, I know an expert. The professional was bribed by Min-suk. Even Jack, whom Ji-hyun met earlier, was part of his setup. Even the unsent suicide note on June's phone was his doing. Now the only copy of the surveillance file is thrown into the sea by Chaya. Ji-hyun refuses to believe. Her sister killed herself. After struggling with the decision, she finally requests an autopsy. But as soon as she hangs up, Min-suk gets the news. Min-suk tells the detective, let her do it. Stopping her will only make things worse. The police take Ji-yoon's body away. Ji-hyun collapses in the rain, devastated. She has no idea. The mastermind behind all this is Min-suk, her boyfriend of 6 years. Ji-hyun watches as the coroner cuts open her sister's body. She fights back fear and guilt, waiting for answers. The autopsy finally ends, but Ji-hyun can't accept the coroner's conclusion. The autopsy shows only a minor head injury. Her sister died from drunken drowning. Clearly this is all manipulated by Min-suk. Though Ji-hyun can't believe this result, she has no choice but to accept it. After cremating her sister's body, Ji-hyun returns home heartbroken, but finds a middle-aged man cooking noodles inside. The man tells Ji-hyun her mother already mortgaged the house to him. Ji-hyun checks the paperwork. He shows she didn't know. Her mother owed huge debts and missed her sister's funeral. Now she's even lost their home. As she packs to leave, she finds a gift her sister meant to give her. The card reads, "Happy birthday, sis. Sorry it's late, love you." Ji-hyun's heart aches with mixed feelings. Just as she's about to leave, the man blocks the doorway. Then creepily suggests if Ji-hyun has nowhere to go, she can stay with him. After Ji-hyun kicks and hurts him, he still chases after her. Suddenly Suho appears and stops him. With nowhere to go, Ji-hyun sits by the road, holding her sister's birthday gift. Happy memories feel like just yesterday. Worried, Suho watches from his car. Ji-hyun walks alone in the rain, letting raindrops wet her face. The world is so big, but she has nowhere to go. Cars speed past her recklessly. Her sister's death, her mother's disappearance. Now she feels life isn't worth living. Noticing danger, Suho rushes from his car through speeding traffic and pulls Ji-hyun into his arms. "Hey," he scolds angrily. "Trying to die. Why space out in traffic?" She says, "I don't know anymore. Whether I want to live or not. Those who want to die can't. Those who want to live are counting down." The rain pours harder, as if heaven cries for these unlucky souls. Now Suho finds his final wish, to protect this woman before him. Ji-hyun wonders about his sudden kindness. Suho can't reveal his true thoughts, so he makes an excuse. "Repay my 10 million won. I need that money." She says, "I'll find a way to pay you back." "Don't worry." He says, "How can I not worry? I mean, you might run away at night." She says, "I'm not that kind." He says, "No, Runaway admits it. Write me a promise note first." She says, "Fine, I'll write it." So Suho takes Ji-hyun to his car, actually fearing she might harm herself. Little does Suho know new trouble brews against him. Chairman Cheon's eldest son learns Suho might be a murderer. He plans to leak this to the media. He's Cheon Soo-chul, Suho's half-brother and rival heir. Hearing Suho may have killed Jiun, he gathers reporters ready to expose the scandal. He's determined to crush his half-brother under his feet. Just then Min-suk stops him. Min-suk asks him to reconsider, speaking to the reporters, but Cheon Soo-chul, who only cares about climbing higher, won't listen to advice from an underling. Chaya arrives after hearing the news. She threatens Soo-chul with evidence that he secretly bought company shares using fake identities, warning him not to expose the scandal. She says, "Choose, do we all go down together, or do we survive together?" But Soo-chul doesn't care at all. He says, "I'm ready to die. Let's all go down together then." When Suho hears the news, he leaves Ji-hyun in the car and shows up at the press conference. The brothers face each other, and the room fills with tension. Suho asks his brother what he really wants. Soo-chul doesn't hold back. "Give me 50% of your company shares, and I'll keep your secret forever." Everyone watches Suho nervously, wondering if he'll agree to such an unfair demand. To their surprise, Suho agrees without hesitation. But Soo-chul pushes further. He sticks out his foot and orders Suho to lick his shoe clean. Soo-chul doesn't realize that Suho agreed so easily, not because of the threat, but because he doesn't care. Soo-chul keeps mocking him. "Don't you get it yet? Your life is in my hands now. Or do you want to end up like your mother?" For Suho, his late mother is his weakest spot. He turns to attack Soo-chul, but Soo-chul feels safe with so many reporters watching. Soo-chul taunts, "Don't be stupid here. Just hide under your future wife's skirt. That's your only way out, Suho." Suho just smiles and says, "Fine, go ahead and expose me." As Suho starts to confess to Jiun's murder, he suddenly sees Ji-hyun enter the room. His fearless attitude vanishes instantly. Min-suk notices Ji-hyun too. Suho looks at Ji-hyun, remembering her heartbroken cries and helpless, devastated face. He swallows his words. He tries to speak, but can't bring himself to tell the truth. This angers Soo-chul, who ignores the reporters, grabs Suho, and throws him to the ground. Reporters rush forward with cameras, eager to capture the rich brothers fighting. Ji-hyun and Chaya get knocked over in the crowd. Min-suk, Ji-hyun's boyfriend, chooses to protect Chaya instead. Meanwhile, Suho leaves under reporters' questions, gets in his car and drives off. Min-suk helps Chaya leave too, walking past Ji-hyun without even looking at her. Soon after, Chairman Cheon rages at his eldest son's actions, throwing a glass at Soo-chul, but it accidentally hits Min-suk instead. Blood pours down his face, but he silently endures it. Chairman Cheon yells, "What are you all doing? How could you mess things up like this? Get out." Suho finds Ji-hyun and gently bandages her scrapes. He takes her to his private restaurant, knowing she hasn't eaten all day. Unsure of her preferences, he orders a huge variety of dishes. Seeing Ji-hyun has no appetite, so Suho calls for the head chef. The chef asks, "What can I do for you?" Suho says, "Why is none of this food good? Make everything again and bring it back quickly." Ji-hyun asks, "Why are you doing this?" "No need, chef, it's really delicious. It's so good." This is how a rich kid acts. He just wants Ji-hyun to eat more, but he pretends to be unreasonable. Later, when Ji-hyun falls asleep, he gently covers her with a blanket. But the next day, Suho acts like a spoiled rich kid again. He forces Ji-hyun to sign a promise to repay the 10 million won. Suho does this to keep track of Ji-hyun's every move. Then he goes to Ji-hyun's house and pays off all her mother's debts. He gets their house back. From Mr. Park, he learns about Ji-hyun's mother. Next, Suho finds Min-suk and lets him take credit for the good deed. Because of this, Ji-hyun finally sees her boyfriend, who wasn't there when she needed him most. But Min-suk's eyes show no love. Now, the once loving couple are now strangers. No sweet words are exchanged. He takes Ji-hyun to where her mother is held. He tells her mother is jailed for fraud. The debts are paid and the house is back. You'll see her soon. When Ji-hyun asks where he got the money, he casually says, "Let's break up." 6 years together, just like that. Ji-hyun asks Min-suk, "When did your feelings change?" But Min-suk doesn't explain. He drives away her sister's death, her boyfriend's coldness. Ji-hyun can't hold back her tears, and Suho, watching from his car, sees it all. When Ji-hyun's mother leaves prison, her eldest daughter tells her terrible news. Her younger daughter is dead. Seeing Ji-yoon's ashes, the mother cries in regret. She can't believe her daughter died while she was in jail. She's gone forever. She blames Ji-hyun for rushing the funeral. Ji-hyun breaks down and explains. Ji-yoon worked at a shady job to pay their debts, and it got her killed. Her mother is shocked. Ji-hyun says, "You always went there for money. You even became famous in that line of work. Do you understand now why Ji-yoon died like this?" Hearing this, her mother seems to realize something. She turns and leaves in a hurry. She finds Mr. Park, her old loan shark, and hits him with her bag. Turns out Mr. Park once joked about sending June to that kind of place for money. She thought it was just a joke. She never thought her daughter would actually go. But Mr. Park says, "Does that matter now? What's important is finding out how June died. Her death might not be so simple." Mr. Park knows something to uncover the truth faster. Ji-hyun's mother pleads with Mr. Park, but he's sly and says nothing. He won't talk about Ji-hyun, but Ji-hyun's mother senses he has evidence. Meanwhile, at work, Ji-hyun is told to accompany a VIP customer shopping. As she carries shopping bags for the rich girl and approaches her boyfriend, she realizes the man is Min-suk, who just broke up with her. What an awkward coincidence. Right after breaking up with his girlfriend of 6 years, he's already dating a rich girl. Now Ji-hyun understands why Min-suk wanted to break up. Cha-ya picks an expensive suit for Min-suk. Ji-hyun finally speaks up. "This gentleman is slim. A fitted style might suit him better." Cha-ya turns to look at Ji-hyun. She suddenly feels this employee looks familiar, but can't remember where she's seen her before. Cha-ya says, "Fine, put this away for me. I need to use the restroom." While Cha-ya is in the restroom, Min-suk tries to explain, but Ji-hyun cuts him off. Ji-hyun says, "Don't worry, I'll pretend I don't know you." When Cha-ya returns, she sees her fiancé Suho in the mall. She quickly tries to leave with Min-suk, but Ji-hyun, carrying too many bags, accidentally falls down. Suho happens to see this. Suho teases, "Well, what do we have here? What a lovely sight." After a few mocking remarks, Suho takes Ji-hyun away, saying he needs help, leaving a suspicious Cha-ya behind. Then she remembers that woman was the victim's family member who appeared at the press conference after June's death. Min-suk returns to work. He receives flowers and a gift box while working. Inside is a USB drive. The contents shock even calm Min-suk. It shows footage from Ji-yoon's accident. Just then he gets a call. "Did you get my gift?" On the day Ji-yoon died, Cheon Suho and Eun Cha-ya were together. "You covered up Cha-ya's crime, didn't you?" Min-suk rushes outside as directed. A man signals him to get in a car. It's Mr. Park, Ji-hyun's mother's creditor. Mr. Park is a middle-aged troublemaker, always dreaming of easy money. Mr. Park got unauthorized poolside footage using Min-suk's name. It shows Cha-ya hitting Ji-yoon. He knows Min-suk covered it up for personal gain, so he confronts him. Min-suk says, If this gets out, many people will be in trouble. Mr. Park replies, "You'd be in the most trouble, lawyer. You even fooled Ji-hyun. What a terrible boyfriend you are." Mr. Park says, "Suho still thinks he killed Ji-hyun. If you don't want him and Chairman Cheon to know, you covered it up. Get 1 billion won from Chaya." He generously offers to give Min-suk 30% of the money. Min-suk has no choice but to get the money. Meanwhile, Suho asks his doctor about his condition. Again, the doctor says there's still no way to extend his life. Hearing this, Suho isn't angry like before. He leaves the hospital with a bitter smile. He decides to stop worrying and live his remaining days for himself. Then Ji-hyun finds him. She asks influential Suho to help find her sister's real killer. Suho isn't sure if he genuinely wants to protect this girl or just feels guilty. Finally, he decides to stay away from Ji-hyun. He wants to find a quiet place to spend his remaining time. He says, "I can't help you. You keep coming to me. Do you like me?" She says, "It's not like that." Ji-hyun's mother finds Mr. Park again. She tries to get any information about Ji-yoon's death from him. But after 3 drinks, Mr. Park passes out drunk. Worried about her mother, Ji-hyun comes looking for her. Just then there's a knock at the door. Ji-hyun and her mother quickly hide behind a table. A group of thugs walks in. Their leader is Jack, the boss of an illegal agency. Jack kicks the drunk Mr. Park awake. He asks, "Where's the video?" Mr. Park says, "What video?" Jack says, "You're asking me what video?" The security footage from the pool on the day Ji-yoon died. Ji-hyun and her mother, hiding behind the table, hear everything clearly. Meanwhile, Min-suk faces more trouble. The worker who secretly installed the cameras confronts him. He knows Min-suk got 10 billion won from the pool incident, but he got nothing. Now he demands 1 billion won, or else he'll expose the footage on the USB drive. Helpless, Min-suk asks Eun Chaya for the money without even asking why she agrees. Since they got together, she's grown to rely on Min-suk. She's also grateful he helped cover up the truth for her. In the busy airport, Suho looks completely alone. He glances around. He knows this might be the last time he sees this place. He walks toward the boarding gate alone. Suddenly, Ji-hyun runs up in a panic. She stops Suho just before he leaves the country. He asks, "Why are you here?" She says, "Help me. There's security footage from the pool on the day my sister died." He says, "Security footage from the pool." He decides not to leave. He always blamed himself for Ji-yoon's death. Now he wants to know what really happened that night. To uncover the truth, Suho offers 100 million won to buy the video. Soon Mr. Park gets Suho's call greedy, as ever. He demands 1 billion won. At the same time, Mr. Park contacts Min-suk. He plans to sell the video to both and double his money. Mr. Park dreams of getting 2 billion won from both Min-suk and Suho. Ji-hyun's mother secretly follows him. After trailing him, she finally finds Mr. Park's hideout. As soon as she sees him, she pours gasoline on him. She pulls out a lighter, ready to die with him. Mr. Park breaks into a cold sweat. He begs for mercy, but then he starts lying again. He says, "I have a plan. Today I'm meeting the person who covered up Ji-hyun's case. I'll make them confess who ordered June's case to be buried. I want to hear it from their mouth. So later secretly record it. We need to catch the bad guy, right?" Mr. Park claims he's doing this for June too, but Ji-hyun's mother doesn't know. Mr. Park's real goal is blackmail. Meanwhile, the cunning Min-suk meets with Jack. He promises Jack 1 billion won if he gets the footage from Mr. Park. Jack suggests that to keep the secret forever, they should kill Mr. Park. That night, Suho and Ji-hyun arrive early at the meeting spot with Mr. Park. Mr. Park brings Ji-hyun's mother to his meeting with Min-suk. When she sees the buyer is Ji-hyun's ex-boyfriend. Ji-hyun's mother stares in shock. When Min-suk notices her in the car, he frantically waves for Jack to stop the truck. But it's too late. Jack drives the truck straight into the car. The car gets badly crushed, but the truck doesn't stop. Just as the truck is about to hit again, the car suddenly explodes. Min-suk gets knocked down by the blast. He never expected things to end like this. Ji-hyun's mother dies because of his own plan. Jack looks upset nearby. He didn't think the car would explode. He's annoyed he didn't get the security footage. It was worth 1 billion won. Meanwhile, Min-suk secretly feels relieved. If Jack disappears, this whole thing can end. Min-suk picks up a brick. He sneaks up and smashes it hard on Jack's head. Clearly, Min-suk knows how to keep secrets. After losing her sister and mother, Ji-hyun locks herself at home for 3 days. Suho calls and knocks, but no one answers. He climbs onto the windowsill. He bangs on the glass, shouting Ji-hyun's name. Still there's no response from inside. He quickly takes a handkerchief from his pocket, wrapping it around his hand. He smashes the glass. After hitting it again and again, the glass finally breaks. Suho climbs in without hesitation, but then he freezes. The house is eerily quiet. Painful memories flash through his mind. As a child, in a room just like this, he saw his mother take her own life. Slowly he pushes open the bedroom door, praying silently that history won't repeat. Suddenly, Ji-hyun steps out of the bathroom. Suho breathes a sigh of relief. Suho yells, asking why she didn't make a sound. Ji-hyun says she was showering and tells him to leave. Suho tries to say more but gets pushed out. Ji-hyun finally breaks down, collapsing to the floor in tears. Suho's instincts were right. She was about to drown herself in the bathtub. Luckily, Suho arrived in time. She heard his knocking, but the ordeal isn't over. Ji-hyun goes to the pool where her sister died. She takes a hard drink. Memories of playing with Ji-eun feel like yesterday. She calls Suho. I'm sorry, she says. I can't pay you back. I can't return your 10 million won. She thanks him for always helping her. Suho hears the finality in her voice. He comforts her while running desperately. A speeding car hits him. I still have things to do, he tells himself. I can't die yet. Suho, who's always protected Ji-hyun, finds her in time. Ji-hyun asks, why are you here? He stammers. I was passing by. She asks, what happened to your face? Seeing Ji-hyun's determination, Suho moves to her other side. He climbs onto the ledge too. I shouldn't have called you, she says. No. He replies, you should have called me. Because of you I'm still standing here. Suho drops his carefree mask. He shares his childhood trauma, with Ji-hyun recalling his mother's death. He once wanted to die too. I should have died long ago, he says. Tears fall from Suho's eyes. Ji-hyun feels the deep pain in his heart when Suho says he'll die with her and steps forward. Ji-hyun grabs his arm to stop him. They both fall to the ground, though the rooftop steps aren't high. This makes Ji-hyun suddenly see life differently. She moves out of that sad house and shares an apartment with friends. On her first day there she meets Suho, who moves in next door. He says, nice to meet you, neighbor. Each morning, he has chefs prepare breakfast carts for her room. If the chefs work too slowly, he scolds them to work faster or they'll get in trouble. Ji-hyun thanks him by cooking dinner for the rich heir. Their feelings gradually grow stronger. Through the thin wall they hear each other clearly. Did you move here on purpose? To this place with no soundproofing, he says. How was I to know the walls were this thin? Suho doesn't notice Ji-hyun's changing feelings. When she thought she was all alone in the world, she discovers Suho has been beside her, even when he scowls and scolds her. His warmth comforts her more than he realizes. They begin investigating urgently. Ji-hyun searches for witnesses near the accident site. Suho visits Jack's workplace. A club worker tells him Jack introduced June to his room. That night after Ji-eun's death, Jack received a large payment, even bought a new car. Police confirm Jack caused Ji-hyun's mother's death. Suho knows this isn't coincidence. Why would Jack kill Ji-hyun's mother? He checks Jack's call records, finding frequent calls to Min-suk. Meanwhile, Min-suk demands 1 billion Korean wons from Chaya. No questions allowed. Surprisingly, Chaya agrees. But before leaving she asks why he needs so much money. Min-suk avoids answering, taking her to the security guard who leaked footage. 3 people died because of your video. He throws cash on the floor, disappear forever, threatening his family's safety if anything goes wrong. Chaya watches in shock. This gentleman now speaks like a criminal for the first time. She fears him but still asks bravely, did you say 3 people died? He replies, you're asking if I killed them. Chaya stays silent. She no longer recognizes Min-suk. Next day she acts normal, introducing Min-suk to a TV station director, giving him a parting gift. When opened at home he panics. Inside is the tie he wore when killing Jack. That tie fell off the cliff with Jack. Now it's back. Min-suk thought he covered his tracks perfectly. Days earlier Jack hit Ji-hyun's mother, causing her death. Min-suk then attacked Jack with a brick, but bricks aren't deadly. Their chase leads uphill. Min-suk pushes wounded Jack off the cliff. Jack grabs Min-suk's tie desperately, but Min-suk won't spare him. He ordered Jack's hit and run, and Jack knew about the drowned girl cover-up. Jack couldn't live. Despite Jack's pleas, Min-suk slowly unties the tie. Then Jack just falls down. But Min-suk still can't figure out how this tie ended up in Eun Chaya's hands. Turns out, Jack survived that time, but with 2 deaths on his hands, Mr. Park and Ji-hyun's mom, who he hit with his car. He dares not go to the police. He can only go to Eun Chaya to expose Min-suk's true nature. Jack tells her, that guy isn't the good person you think he is. But even after learning the truth, Chaya still feels grateful to Min-suk for covering up the pool incident. So she doesn't plan to expose Min-suk's actions. She just asks him to consult her first before doing anything. Wanting to settle things quietly, Chaya finds the hiding. Jack gives him 1 billion won in cash, telling him to leave and never come back. Ji-hyun sees this while looking for witnesses to her mom's car accident. Clearly, they're making some kind of deal to find out the truth. Ji-hyun gets a job at the restaurant through Suho. Chaya is clearly unhappy about Ji-hyun's arrival. After all, she's still Suho's fiancée officially. She asks, haven't we met before? Ji-hyun says, yes, we have. I helped carry your shopping bags once. When no one's looking, Ji-hyun secretly checks files in Chaya's office and hides a voice recorder in a pen holder. As she's about to leave, she accidentally hears Suho and his brother talking. Suho's brother, Cheon Soo-chul, asks, I thought you weren't interested in leading the group. Suho says, what can I do? After hearing you talk, I'm getting interested. Soo-chul says, even if you get it, you won't last long. Just live like you don't exist, or you'll end up like your mother. I'm saying this for your own good. Suho says, get out. Now Ji-hyun understands the perfect-looking Suho has actually suffered, losing family like she has. Meanwhile, Min-suk thinks about recent events. If he doesn't deal with Jack soon, he can't imagine what might happen. So he goes to Jack's old office. After searching, he finds a secret ledger hidden in the ceiling. As he's leaving, Jack attacks him from behind. Jack chokes Min-suk hard. He hates Min-suk. This man made him live like a stray dog on the run. Min-suk shows the ledger he found, tells Jack he can help clear his name. Jack finally lets go. Later, Min-suk finds Suho's half-brother, Cheon Soo-chul, and gives him the secret ledger. When Soo-chul sees his name in it, the proud Soo-chul suddenly wilts like a flower, begging, Lawyer Min-suk, please help me. The ledger contains names of people who bought drugs from Jack. If this gets out, Soo-chul won't just lose his chance to lead Cheon Group. He'll face prison time. Min-suk says, tell Prosecutor Joe to clear Jack's charges. Ji-hyun learns from reporters the police stopped investigating Jack. Suho also hears this from his lawyer, even for serious crimes. If the prosecutor doesn't charge, it's not a crime. That's how the law works. The lawyer tells Suho. Rumors say Jack provided drugs at parties. If Jack gets caught, you'll get dirty too. It was your party. Better stop now. Evidence shows the suspect wasn't at the scene, and police won't charge. What Ji-hyun and Suho don't know is that Min-suk arranged all this behind the scenes to keep his promise to Ji-hyun. He wants to find out the truth. Suho goes to the prosecutor's office. He openly tells the media that drugs were circulating at his previous party and asks the media to keep watching. This puts his company in a bad situation. People also start suspecting Jack killed Ji-hyun's mom. To catch Jack, Ji-hyun secretly takes Chaya's phone. She texts Jack using the call history, telling him to meet at their usual spot at 6 tomorrow. Jack replies quickly at the police station. Officers agree to act tomorrow. Due to media pressure, next day many officers wait, where Jack usually appears as police complain Ji-hyun might slow them down. Jack slowly walks toward them. He gets a call at the same time. Min-suk tells him to run away. If you don't want to get caught, run now. Police hiding upstairs chase after him. They successfully catch Jack. Chairman Cheon gets very angry when he hears this. He already paid Min-suk 10 billion to handle this. Now Jack, who knows about the pool incident, is involved. He doubts Min-suk's ability. Min-suk says he'll get Jack released to end this. Chairman Cheon asks if he can make sure Jack stays quiet. Chairman Cheon orders Min-suk to fix the Jack situation. He promises more money if Min-suk succeeds. Cheon Soo-chul becomes restless when he hears this. He gets police records showing that Suho and Ji-hyun's phones were near when Ji-hyun's mom was killed. He tells Min-suk to use this against Suho. Using these clues, Min-suk makes a detailed plan. Cheon Suho ordered Jack to kill the victim's mother, who was investigating. If they can get Jack to confess this and leak it to the media, people will believe Suho is a murderer. Soon Min-suk goes to the police station as a lawyer. Following the plan, he makes Jack say Suho ordered him to cause the accident. He promises money and escape during transfer if Jack cooperates. If he refuses, he'll stay in jail forever. Jack has no choice. Min-suk then meets the corrupt officer he bribed. Min-suk asks, can't you do it? The officer says, but lawyer, this is too much. Min-suk says, since you called Ji-eun's death a suicide, we're in this together, officer. Jack gives false testimony against Suho. Then Min-suk and the corrupt officer put Jack in a car to the prosecutor's office. Meanwhile, Suho sees Min-suk's strange movements. While checking Jack's call records, he noticed Min-suk's involvement. He thinks Min-suk is connected to the death. So a few days ago, when meeting Min-suk, he secretly put a tracker on his car. Suho quickly goes to the tracker's location. He also calls a reporter who wants to expose the pool incident. The police car stops at a quiet place. Jack is taken to some wasteland. Min-suk is already waiting. He gives Jack a knife, saying, "You're free now." Then he cuts Jack. While letting go of the knife, the officer raises his gun. Jack looks confused. He doesn't understand Min-suk's plan. Min-suk says, "You can't escape. Everywhere is a prison." Jack realizes Min-suk won't let him go. Realizing he's been tricked, Jack quickly runs away. Min-suk grabs the gun from the officer's hand without hesitation. He shoots Jack down. Just as he's about to fire a second shot, Suho arrives and shouts at Min-suk to stop. The reporter follows closely behind. The officer quickly puts his gun away. Facing the reporter's camera, Min-suk caught red-handed claims that suspect Jack tried to escape and they were just chasing after him. Seeing Min-suk twist the truth like this, Jack seizes the chance to reveal Min-suk forced him to falsely accuse Suho of ordering Ji-hyun's mother's murder in exchange for his freedom. But he never expected Min-suk would betray him and try to kill him. Min-suk shamelessly responds, "Yes, it was a false confession. He only did it to get money from us." Then he adds, "Even if this gets broadcast, the public won't know the truth. It will only drag the Cheon family and Suho himself into controversy." Before leaving, he tells Suho, "Think carefully about whether to air this or not." But the TV station airs a preview of the reporter's earlier interview with Ji-hyun and today's footage as a teaser, promising to reveal the full truth tonight. Min-suk stares at the TV in shock. He immediately calls the station director because just yesterday the investigating reporter got suddenly transferred. When she went to the director's office, she saw Min-suk leaving. Min-suk says, "Didn't I tell you not to air this?" Suho witnesses everything. After Min-suk leaves, Suho also visits the director's office. Ji-hyun feels relieved seeing the news. The moment she's waited for is finally coming. But Suho feels uneasy because tonight's broadcast includes an interview with him where he admits he might be responsible for Ji-hyun's sister's death. Remembering all his moments with Ji-hyun and her trust in him, he doesn't know how to face Ji-hyun once the truth comes out. After struggling with his thoughts, Suho decides to confess to Ji-hyun first. But the world works in strange ways. While Suho worries about how to tell Ji-hyun, Min-suk and Chaya discuss the situation. Min-suk tells Chaya, with Jack caught, everything they've hidden might be exposed. He dramatically says he wanted to protect her forever, but now he can't. Chaya says, "Let me handle it now. Let all the dirt and blood be on my hands." Meanwhile, Suho prepares to tell Ji-hyun he caused her sister's death, but receives shocking news. There's a fire at the detention center. The suspect mysteriously burns to death. The police quickly close the case. The Eye of Justice program about helping the weak gets cancelled. Min-suk, who's done many bad things, gets promoted in Cheon Group for covering up crimes, with a huge salary of 1 billion won monthly. One day a surprise visitor comes to Ji-hyun's sad home, bringing hope to uncover the truth. She's Ji-yoon's friend and brings a blood-stained bag from the night. Ji-yoon was attacked. The bag Chaya threw away after hurting Ji-yoon. Ji-hyun learns from the friend that Min-suk paid her to keep quiet and threatened her not to talk. Ji-hyun rushes to have the bag tested. The blood on the bag is indeed Ji-yoon's. Ji-hyun plans to tell this to the reporter who's been helping her, but she's shocked to find Min-suk and the reporter have been secretly working together. When Ji-hyun suddenly appears, both Min-suk and the reporter look embarrassed. Then Chaya arrives, and Ji-hyun finally understands everything. The reporter who helped her was actually recruited by Chaya after the detention center fire and promoted to department head. Now Ji-hyun can only trust Suho. She tells him everything. After all, Chaya is his fiancée. Ji-hyun doesn't want to expose Chaya directly. Hearing this, Suho is completely shocked. Now he realizes Chaya was in his room that night. But what pressures him more is, Ji-hyun now trusts only him, not the police or media. He confronts Chaya faced with the evidence. Chaya admits she was in Suho's room that night and that she hurt Ji-yoon. But she says as a fiancée, seeing a scantily dressed stranger in her fiancé's room, she couldn't just ignore it. She didn't think hitting her once would kill her. She hid the truth because Suho was also in the room that night. Should she confess and implicate him too? If that's what he wants, she'll confess immediately. Suho agrees, and they go to the police station. The officer who meets them was bribed by Min-suk to cover up the truth. The officer says, the autopsy is already done. There was a head injury, but the actual cause of death was drowning. A confession alone isn't enough for charges. There's no evidence. The police refuse to investigate. Suho feels helpless. He can't help Ji-hyun this way. To get more clues, Suho decides to marry Eun-chae. Early, in front of many cameras, he kneels and proposes to someone he doesn't love. Eun-chae knows it's just an act, but she accepts anyway. That night a drunk Suho comes to Ji-hyun's door. He pours out his pain to her. Suddenly, Suho's illness flares up. He collapses in agony. Seeing Suho in terrible pain, Ji-hyun runs through heavy rain to get medicine. While she's gone, a hooded man enters her home. When Ji-hyun returns, she meets a recovered Suho waiting in the rain. Suho angrily throws the medicine down, saying he doesn't need it. This makes Ji-hyun angry. She asks why he came to her instead of Eun-chae, then turns to leave. He says, because I missed you. Ji-hyun freezes in shock. He says, I know this is wrong. I know people will hate me for this, but I just thought of you. I don't know why I feel this way. Seeing Suho's dazed expression and hearing his sudden confession, Ji-hyun finds it unbelievable and leaves back home. Ji-hyun finds 2 memory cards on her bed. She opens them and sees Suho's recorded interview with a reporter. Only then does she realize that Suho was the person in her sister Jun's room when she was killed. Min-suk tells Ji-hyun everything. How Suho called Jun to his room to upset Chae because he didn't want to marry her. How Chae hurt Jun. And how she threw the knife into the pool leading to Jiun's death. He reveals everything to Ji-hyun. When Min-suk says Jun might have been involved in drug dealing to help their mother pay off debts, Ji-hyun starts crying. She angrily scolds Min-suk for helping cover up the truth just for money. Min-suk tells Ji-hyun that if he didn't do it, someone else would. In a world ruled by the rich, the poor have no right to demand justice. The truth is shaped by those in power. Poor people without money or power can suffer the worst injustices, but no one will care. He warns Ji-hyun not to waste her time fighting back. Min-suk's words shatter Ji-hyun's last bit of hope. She knows he's right. Her fight won't change anything. She cries loudly, but no one comforts her. Meanwhile, Suho is distracted while helping Chae pick a wedding dress. Ever since he confessed his feelings to Ji-hyun that night, he hasn't seen her. He's worried. When Chae comes out in a wedding dress, Suho is already gone. Ji-hyun's friend calls Suho and tells him Ji-hyun left a note and ran away. Suho searches everywhere for her and finally finds her in a bar. Ji-hyun looks completely different now, dressed in sexy, flashy clothes, staggering from drinking too much, they say. Too much pressure can break a person, and Ji-hyun has changed. She says spending money wildly feels amazing. Too bad. She spent all her savings in just 4 days. Suho says money is important, but not everything. There are more important things. But Ji-hyun says you can buy anything important, even people's hearts. Rich people like Cheon Suho wouldn't understand because they've never been poor. Now she wants to live like the rich. She asks Suho, who was born rich, to show her that life. Feeling guilty, Suho can't say no. First she demands a big house for Suho. It's not much money. Next she goes to her old workplace restaurant eating premium steak, drinking expensive wine, and makes Suho give raises to all the staff. This upsets Eun-chae in the office. She asks Suho if he has feelings for Ji-hyun beyond guilt. Suho denies it, but Chae notices he cares more for Ji-hyun. Ji-hyun then goes to a luxury store, throws away the watch her sister gave her, and picks one that costs as much as a house. Suho pays for it, but right after she gives it away to an old woman collecting trash. Suho asks when she'll stop this behavior. Ji-hyun coldly replies, until the day I die. The next morning Suho wakes to an alarm that keeps ringing next door. He calls out a few times, but gets no response. Suspecting something is wrong, Suho quickly unlocks Ji-hyun's door, like he's done it many times before. He carries the unconscious Ji-hyun and rushes her to the hospital. He doesn't notice Chae standing outside the door at all. At the hospital, Suho spends the whole day caring for Ji-hyun, despite his own exhaustion. But when Ji-hyun wakes up, she isn't grateful. She even threatens to pull out her 4-tube unless Suho leaves Eun. Chae also comes to the hospital. Ji-hyun looks at her arrogantly and says, Chae is pathetic. She proudly tells her the real reason Suho proposed to her early. It was all because of her. Now Chaya understands Suho only proposed to help Ji-hyun. Her heart completely breaks. She stands frozen, not knowing what to do. No woman could bear such humiliation. The next day she asks Chairman Cheon to cancel the engagement. Suho knows Ji-hyun caused all this trouble, but he doesn't realize this is just the beginning of her revenge plan. Ji-hyun says, "Didn't you promise to do anything for me?" He replies, "Yes, I'll help with whatever I can." She says, "Then can you marry me? Let's get married." He asks, "What would you gain from marrying me?" She says, "I'll get a completely different life." Later, at Ji-hyun's request, they lie down on the same bed. She says, "Smile, even if you don't want to." Ji-hyun posts the photo on social media. This causes an online uproar. Everyone thinks Suho left Chaya for this woman. Chairman Cheon hears about it. He immediately sends Min-suk to investigate why the engagement ended. Meanwhile, Ji-hyun continues her big revenge plan. First, she teams up with Suho's brother Suchul and stepmother. They happily agree to work with her because they think without Chaya's powerful family supporting Suho, he won't be able to compete for inheritance. Soon, Ji-hyun and Suho quietly get married. This makes Chairman Cheon very angry. He tries to stop them but fails. After the wedding, Suho and Ji-hyun go to their so-called home. Though they're physically close, their hearts remain far apart. Knowing his time is short, Suho wants to live peacefully, but Ji-hyun has other plans. Right after marrying, she demands separate bedrooms. Suho isn't allowed in her room. Still, Suho prepares dinner carefully every day. Ji-hyun coldly ignores his efforts. Suho knows why Ji-hyun married him. Watching her enter her room, he's left alone with his sadness. Soon, with help from Suchul and the stepmother, Ji-hyun becomes director of the Cheon Group's charity foundation. Now she uses this position to do charity everywhere. She wants to look like an angel. She knows people will believe her lies only if she's influential enough, even if she's lying. With Suho donating large sums of money, media outlets report about Ji-hyun's charity work. Hearing this, Chairman Cheon scolds Suho harshly. Though he favors this son, he cares more about company profits. He must stop this daughter-in-law he dislikes. So he calls Min-suk and hints that he should eliminate Ji-hyun. He adds that if Min-suk won't do it, someone else will. After thinking it over, Min-suk pretends to agree, but despite his bad deeds he can't hurt Ji-hyun. Instead, he offers her money to leave and warns her she's in danger. Ji-hyun won't listen to Min-suk. She's come too far to be afraid. Now she reveals the Cheon Group's dark secrets she's uncovered. This makes Chairman Cheon furious. Chairman Cheon fires Min-suk over the phone for not following orders. He assigns Head Nam to deal with Ji-hyun. That day Suho is discussing work with Eun Chaya in the office when he suddenly gets sick. A terrible headache makes Suho collapse. Chaya notices something's wrong, but Suho doesn't tell her about his illness. So Chaya pretends to be his fiancé and talks to his doctor. She learns Suho has a deadly disease and little time left. This attack has already made him lose half his vision. One more attack will leave him completely blind. Chaya remembers what Suho once told her and cries sadly. Suho once said, "If I'm still alive in a year, I'll give you the most amazing wedding. If I lose everything, would you still marry me?" Chaya had joked, "Are you crazy? Why would I marry you if you're broke?" Now all her anger towards Suho disappears. She only thinks about saving the man she once loved. After many talks with Suho, he finally agrees to go abroad for treatment, even with just 1% hope. He'll try everything to help Ji-hyun, but before leaving, he takes his restaurant staff on a trip. He doesn't want regrets. With everyone's help, they finally invite Ji-hyun to join. Suho gives small gifts to each staff member and personally puts a necklace he prepared on Ji-hyun for the first time in long. While he smiles, Ji-hyun asks, "You weren't going to tell me you're leaving. What's really wrong with you?" He says, "I'll tell you when I return." Ji-hyun surprisingly thanks Suho for helping her sister and mother. It's their first time sitting close like this since marriage. But Ji-hyun still can't say she forgives him. Later, Ji-hyun walks alone in the woods. A man in black suddenly covers her mouth with a cloth when his wife doesn't return. Suho searches. He finds her phone in the woods, then spots a shoe on the beach. Looking further, he sees Ji-hyun floating unconscious in the sea, slowly sinking. Suho runs desperately and swims hard toward her. Just as he's about to reach her, his illness strikes again. He can't move, despite being so close. After struggling in the water, his body slowly sinks. Suho's guilt and love for Ji-hyun stay forever in the deep sea. He completes his final wishes, things he wanted to do before going blind. 1. Eat together. 2. Travel together. 3. Thank everyone for working with me. 4. Give her the necklace. 5. Live and die for someone else. Rescuers bring Ji-hyun ashore. Waking up, she sees people trying to save Suho. In disbelief, she walks over, seeing Suho isn't breathing. She finally cries, but it's too late. Suho is gone forever. At the funeral, Chairman Cheon rushes back. He can't believe his favorite son is dead. What happened? Ji-hyun says. Isn't this because of you? I know everything. I know what you planned for me. Facing her questions, Chairman Cheon still won't admit anything. Chairman Cheon's attempt to kill Ji-hyun led to Suho's death. Instead, he blames Ji-hyun for everything. As they keep arguing, Eun Chae-ah tells them Suho had a terminal illness. Did everyone know about Suho's illness? I'm asking if you knew. Hearing Chae-ah's words, everyone falls silent because of what happened. No one wants to argue about who's to blame at this sad moment. Suho left letters for everyone, including his father. Though they're short, they contain his deepest feelings for them. After the funeral, Ji-hyun goes to the police demanding they investigate Suho's death, but the officers carelessly say Suho might have killed himself because of his illness. Ji-hyun sees they're as careless as when handling her sister's case. She angrily says this time she won't let it go and invites reporters to monitor the investigation. Meanwhile, Chairman Cheon still won't admit his mistakes. He orders Head Nam to kidnap Min-suk. When Min-suk wakes up and sees Head Nam, he realizes Head Nam framed Ji-hyun. Head Nam takes Min-suk's blood, planning to blame him for attacking Ji-hyun, and forces him to write a confession. But Min-suk won't give up. When the guards aren't looking, he attacks them and escapes. With nowhere else to go, he begs Ji-hyun to take him in. Kneeling and crying, he asks for forgiveness, promising to help expose the truth. Chae-ah, affected by Suho's death, joins Ji-hyun wanting to expose Chairman Cheon. But they need proof. So Chae-ah tells Chairman Cheon Min-suk has evidence of Cheon Group's crimes, including all their illegal activities. Worried, Chairman Cheon orders Head Nam to move the evidence immediately. But Ji-hyun and Min-suk intercept and take it. Soon Chairman Cheon finds their hideout. As Head Nam tries to grab the evidence, Min-suk pulls out a gun and controls the situation. Chairman Cheon offers Min-suk money if he kills Ji-hyun now. He'll get 10 billion won with no further trouble. Chairman Cheon orders the payment. Soon, Min-suk's phone shows the money arrived. Chairman Cheon says, "Kill Ji-hyun." Min-suk points the gun at Ji-hyun and pulls the trigger without hesitation. Ji-hyun feels like she's sinking in deep water, just like Suho did. But she smiles, knowing she'll soon see her mom, sister and husband. Though he saw Min-suk shoot Ji-hyun, Chairman Cheon remains uneasy. He paces anxiously in his office. When Head Nam can't find Ji-hyun's body, Chairman Cheon suspects something's wrong. This was all part of their plan. Ji-hyun was only slightly injured and saved by Chae-ah. They had hidden cameras in the room to record Chairman Cheon ordering the murder. After recovering, Ji-hyun fights back. First, she goes to an internet cafe and posts the video of Chairman Cheon's order. Then she live streams from a crowded square. Her charity work made her popular. So many people and reporters gather around there. She reveals the truth about her mom and sister's deaths. Chairman Cheon and Eun Chae-ah arrive at the scene after hearing the news. Ji-hyun stands before the crowd and cameras. She tells how her sister and mother both met tragic ends. She tried hard to find the truth, but the results were always heartbreaking. Her husband's drowning case was quickly closed by police, ruled as suicide against powerful people. No matter how much she begged or cried for help, nobody would listen. This is how the rich ignore poor people's lives. She directly accuses Chairman Cheon. Chae-ah steps forward as witness. She openly admits her role in these events. She says she didn't understand Ji-hyun's pain after losing family until Suho's mysterious death made her feel the same. At this point, Chae-ah walks to Ji-hyun and kneels without hesitation, apologizing to her. Ji-hyun looks at Chairman Cheon, but he still refuses to admit wrongdoing. He leaves the scene as people shout at him. Justice will win eventually. Amid strong public protests, police soon take Chairman Cheon away. Ji-hyun thinks the video evidence is solid enough to convict Chairman Cheon easily, but Head Nam claims Ji-hyun and Min-suk were lovers, questioning if the video evidence is real, saying she just wants 10 billion won and that Min-suk already ran away with money. Just then Min-suk appears in court, holding the 10 billion won. He volunteers to testify and tells the whole truth about what he knows. Chaya also comes to court. She admits hitting Ji-hyun's sister, but when accused of killing Jack in detention center fire, she says it was just a trick. Jack isn't really dead. Police then arrest Jack, who's still alive. With so many witnesses, Chairman Cheon can't deny anymore. After court trial, Chairman Cheon, Head Nam, Min-suk, and Jack all get proper punishment. Chaya is found not guilty. Since they can't prove she caused Ji-eun's death, she's set free. Now everything is settled. Ji-hyun finally opens the letter Suho left. Her memories of their time together come back. Tears stream down her face. Maybe only now Ji-hyun truly accepts Suho as her husband. Thanks for watching. See you in our next drama.